Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Hands, One Drink, and today we're going to be doing a super cool cocktail. We're going to be doing the original James Bond Martini, the Vesper. Now I know some of you wanted me to get into the Martini, that's the whole reason why you're watching the show is to learn that cocktail, but I want to do this cocktail first because otherwise my Martini won't make as much sense without some of the things we're going to cover here. So we're jumping forward in time. We're going to get super cool, get out your tuxedo, we're going to talk about shaken not stirred, we're going to do a Vesper. But first, you know the drill, people. Like, subscribe, notify, click all those things that you got to click. Let's just get it done with, and now we can make ourselves a drink. Okay, so a little history about this one. In the very first James Bond book, Casino Royale, in Chapter 7, he orders a drink. He says it's a drink that's all his own that he created, and it was 3 parts gin, 1 part vodka, 1/2 part of Quina Lillet, we'll go over that in a second, shake it up, and garnish it with a lemon peel. No, a big slice of lemon peel. Okay, now that recipe has all kinds of problems associated with it. Problem number 1, vodka. Right? Martinis are made with gin. I mean, he does mention that, you should use a good vodka and, points for that, but martinis are gin drinks. So we got a little bit of an issue there, and that had ramifications down the line that he put some vodka in there. Problem number 2, Quina Lillet. What the heck is Quina Lillet? Quina Lillet, to make it easy, is really a vermouth that has some quinine in it. And quinine being the flavor that you find in tonic water. The problem with this, it isn't that that's a bad ingredient, it's that they stopped making Quina Lillet in 1986. So you can't get it anymore. However, there are lots of substitutions out there. You can go online and see some of, our top 10 substitutions for Quina Lillet. But my personal favorite is this one right here. Being Italian, I like the Italian substitution. This is Cocchi Americano. And this is the stuff that I like to use. You can see I'm running kind of low on it myself, so it's time to go to the store and get myself some more of that. So that one's only a problem in that you can't get the original ingredients, you can't get the original flavor of a Vesper, but believe me, Cocchi makes a good one. But the third problem's the biggest one, okay? He says to shake it. And we all can go into hours and hours of debate about shaking versus stirring martinis and so forth, but when you have a cocktail that is all spirits-based, no fruit juices, just completely spiritus, it should be stirred, okay? It shouldn't be a shaken cocktail. But the problem is that the James Bond franchise became very popular. No, it's true. And spawned movies and spawned more books, and the shaken not stirred thing became so popular with him that many people began to believe that martinis are drinks that were supposed to be shaken in the first place, and they're not, okay? But this martini, a Vesper, specifically if you're ordering a Vesper, you can shake it. But I'm not going to. I'm going to maybe split the difference. We'll talk about that in just a second. But enough about this. Let's get making the drink. Now, it's a big cocktail. It's huge. We're going to start with 3 ounces of London dry gin. We're going to add to that 1 ounce of vodka. And make sure it's a good vodka. I mean, he was right. I mean, if you're going to put vodka in there, make sure you have a good one. And then to that, the aforementioned Cocchi Americano, we're going to put in 1/2 ounce of that. And then just because I like it, I like to put them in there. Whenever I'm making a martini, I like to put in a little bit of citrus bitters. So I put in 2 dashes of orange bitters myself. I know it's not original recipe, that's just what I like. You can or cannot, that's up to you. Now, I said I wasn't going to shake it. You see I'm building it in a shaker, so you're wondering what's going on. I'm going to add my ice, and I'm going to split the difference between shaking and stirring. And I'm going to do something called rolling the cocktail, sometimes called tossing the cocktail. This technique is just simply pouring it back and forth between 2 glasses. And what this does is this puts a little bit more air into the drink, like a shake, but it also gives a really nice mix that keeps it kind of clear without all those tiny little bits of ice suspending themselves in the cocktail, much like you get when you stir. So when I make a Vesper, I'm going to speed it up a little so you guys can see what, you sort of get a good motion going, and then you can start, pouring from a little higher, and, it starts to become a little bit of a show. And, quite frankly, if you're going to be doing James Bond's cocktail, you should have a little bit of showmanship associated with this. All right. And then we're going to strain that into a martini glass, of course. Let's get that in there. So get that in the shot so you can see it, and we'll strain that out into a martini glass. Lovely. All right. And just like he asked, we are going to garnish this with a lovely piece of lemon peel. Okay? Let's give just a tiny little twist over the surface there, and I'm just going to lay that one right there, just to have a nice, lovely presentation. That is the Vesper. Let's give that a little taste. Oh man, that is so good. It is such a cool drink. Okay, like James Bond, it's big. This is a huge double martini. It's 4 ounces of spirits cut with a mere ½ ounce of wine. Okay, this thing is big and it's a lot of booze. So one of them will give you a nice, good long drink to enjoy. Secondly, the thing about a Vesper is, even for all the problems I mentioned, it's a great cocktail. It's delicious. It's really fantastic, and I love it. So, yes, there are some problems with it, but it's offset by the fact that there's also some really cool things going on here, and it is a great drink. It really is. Okay? So, go ahead, make yourself a few, fire up a James Bond movie marathon, and serve these to your friends. They will think you're awesome. Okay, that's it. Like, subscribe, notify. You know the drill. Just go ahead and do it. Okay, otherwise, everybody enjoy.